Morning, everyone. We're missing a few. I think Marley and Ari aren't coming, but I don't know where everybody else is. How are you all this morning?
Good.
So good or so bad?
So good.
So good. So good. Anybody so bad?
It's a fine line. I'm scared to go into a handstand. I'm scared my back's
Where are you feeling it, Michaela?
like mostly here. Like
That's
underneath my
fantastic.
Yeah.
that's where I'm feeling it the most. I think it's from pushing up.
Absolutely. It's pushing up. So if we think about when we're in downward dog and our arms are like that, most of the time when we're in a yoga class, we just hang out in it. We hang out and most of us get sore. Not sore like we've worked it, but sore because we can't hold it. We want to just come out of it and come into child's. Because we don't work the muscles. And so you're feeling lats, your big lat muscles, and they are muscles that draw your shoulders down, but they also work in a different way where you're pushing up against them, you're acting with resistance. And that's when, and they're going, hello, I haven't seen you before, who are you? So that's, I love that. And one of the muscles that we really should be working a lot in yoga, and it's contrary to everything that is out there, is our upper traps. You know how generally people go, oh, you know, I'm quite tense in my neck, I'm quite sore. And then before they would say, you know, stretch it out. So we do all these neck stretches and nothing would really change. And now there's a lot of research showing that if you actually make them strong, as opposed to keep stretching them out, it helps your neck. So we actually need for yoga, all of these actions. We need our upper traps. We need these big muscles, the deltoids around here, lat muscles, and our upper back. So these muscles between here need to be strong for what we want to do. So I'm very pleased. As long as you're not sore, I'm very, very pleased. Good. Yeah. Is anybody, I'm just admitting, Alice, is anybody sore, like bad sore? No one. And
Catherine?
Yeah.
Let me just, I'm unmuted. I just want to ask a question, and I was wondering about that when we had to fill in our forms, like way initially about injuries, etc. And I didn't fill it in as an injury because I know it's not an injury. It is like my neck gets locked. And it's also from the work that I do. I often sit long periods of time like this doing eyelash extensions. You know, so I need to go to physio quite often to kind of move these joints and just, so that's okay, right? Because I am always aware of my neck.
I don't think your neck's, okay. I don't like to answer absolutely because I first of all must qualify that I'm not a health practitioner, you know, or certainly a physical therapist. With things like that, generally it's, you know, we get used to a particular shape. So you're over, like, and you're probably doing this with your neck and you're doing your eyelashes, and not your eyelashes and things. And so our neck gets stiff or our back gets stiff because when you say the word locked, it's almost like the tissues kind of work quite hard to hold you in that position for a long period of time. But then what happens is your neck's kind of forgotten how to do this, okay? It's just forgotten to move. So there's nothing wrong. Look, I can't say that, you know, touch wood, there's nothing wrong. There's more than likely, there's nothing underlying, like you say, like not an actual injury. It's just that your neck, you're just sitting frozen in a position and you probably get super absorbed in what you're doing and you don't stop and do this. Physios have the same problem. You know, they're over and they do this and their fingers hurt or their necks hurt, so they try and stand up. So my advice to you would be just do a lot of work with your neck, which is really hard, because we do, even if we're great yoga practitioners or great strength and conditioning people, how many hours a week do we do compared to our work, right? I mean, even me, who this is my work, if I'm lucky, it's an hour, maybe 2 hours, 5 times a week, which is a huge amount compared to normal people, right? But it doesn't counter the other 8 hours where I'm sitting, putting sequences together and content together on my computer screen, where I'm just like this the whole time. So the best thing for me, when I used to have back problems and things, is get your neck strong. Focus exercises that actually will get your neck strong. So instead of it just being frozen like that, which is going to be, because that's how you're probably going to work. How else are you going to do it? You can't really stand up and look at your eyelashes. You've got to do this. So my advice to you would be actually to strengthen the neck muscles. So that means really doing things where you press the back of your head against the wall and you're making things strong. The same thing, pressing against this. So not stretching, doing the opposite may help. The stronger your neck muscles, we hope the less you will feel that pain. But it's a tricky one. But it's not an injury. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It's nothing underlying it.
Another question, and I'm asking this question because it is a little bit more anatomy, is that my hips, often I get lower back pain, and then like the physio would say, your hips are like out a bit, and then she realizes it, and then the back pain goes away.
I'm the wrong person to talk to with things like this.
Yeah.
Like I say, I'm not a physical therapist, but I am really up to date on research of this. Your hips don't go out. Okay? Your back doesn't go out. It doesn't. Your neck doesn't lock. It feels. These are all languages that are used, terms that make you think, oh my word. The reason my back is sore is because my hips are out. They're asymmetrical. We're all asymmetrical. That's just the way our bodies work. They're not out. That your common lower back pain is probably the biggest pain that people experience in the world. It's huge, and people throw millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars, pounds, rands into trying to figure out what causes it, and we don't know. Like literally, we don't.
I find yoga makes it better.
Say again?
It makes it better.
What?
I find yoga makes it better. It might be sore, like the day, I felt it quite a bit when we did twists and all of that. Like on the day, it was sore. But then the next morning, it's fine. And I've never had that quick recovery from like a sore back.
Yeah.
And I find that my recovery periods are getting shorter and shorter.
Because you're getting stronger and you're moving. So the one thing that they can conclude about pretty much everything, knee pain, lower back pain, neck pain, is moving makes it better. Okay, that's the one thing that everybody agrees on. There's a whole load of other reasons why pain exists, but the one thing that everybody concludes is unless it's broken, basically, or a really serious injury, moving helps recovery, because when you move, your body's immune system produces a whole load of exciting things that go and help your back. Okay, it also sends messages to your brain, and this is the thing that it's so complex. There is no pain in when we feel our lower backs or whatever it is, and we go, ow, that's sore. There is no pain there. It doesn't exist. It sounds really crazy. It comes from your brain. Your brain sends a message going, Annalise, I'm showing you an alert thing. You're going to feel it as pain, but there's no pain being produced in your tissues or your muscles. So it's a very confusing, it's an alert system to say, just don't go any further right now, but don't stop. Yeah. Keep going, right? So it's that kind of thing. You've got to keep going. It's like keep moving, and also get used to the fact that some pain's okay. Like we've talked about this before, if our hamstrings are really stiff and tight, we just go, oh, we've stretched a lot the day before in a yoga class, that none of us really have a big drama about it. It's like, and that is a kind of, it's discomfort. And then there's a range of discomfort. And please don't get me wrong, I'm not saying ignore pain or that it's in your mind. It's got nothing to do with that. It's just play with it, observe it, be the yoga witness and go, okay, hello. Okay, it's a bit annoying, but it's not, I don't feel like it's the end of the world. I'm not unable to move, and see where you go with it. That's kind of the way I look at pain now. It's like, observe it, be the witness and observe it and see whether you can actually go, I'm going to see what it's like tomorrow. Or if I do some twists, or if I go to a yoga class, or if I do a lot of shalabhasanas, locust, which is your best friend when it comes to lower back pain, okay? Lifting up, making it stronger, and then it may go away. If it gets worse, then you go, well, no, only actually maybe some gentle twists for today. Play with it is what my advice to you is. And again, qualified, just Nicole's exercising and ignoring me. I'm not a health practitioner, right? So I'm telling you my experience with pain and knowledge that I've got research-wise. Clara, you've got a question, and then we must get started.
It's just a quick comment, because my mom used to have the same issues, and I had a bit of the same kind of what you're describing, Annalise. And for me, this pillow to sit on made a huge difference. And then just instead of, because I can also get locked into, sitting, just putting an alarm on my phone every 20 minutes to just move or change positions, that was like that made a difference for me.
I think that's the key, okay? Because people are always talking about posture. If you've got bad posture, that's going to equate to back pain, right? It's not true. All the research says it's not true. What it's to do with is not moving. So exactly what Clara said, it's not moving your position enough. And we weren't made, genetically to not move. So when we don't move and we freeze into any position, I'll give you an example. Last year, when we moved all the trainings online, for 3 months, no exaggeration, I worked 7 days a week from 6 a.m. to about 9 p.m. at night to try and get all the content online fast. And it was relentless. And my back started hurting. I didn't have time to move. So then I thought, I'm going to do a standing desk and work like that. So I stood up all day long. Did my back hurt or what? it was like hard standing up, because it was the same thing as me sitting down. I wasn't moving. Do this like all day long and stand in a frozen position, and it was as bad as sitting. And then I realized, you have to mix it up, sit and stand, like do both of them. That's the kind of key. All right, let's start. So what I would like to see from you now, people, is your version of your headless headstand forearm balance, all right? Because this is part of your pose review. So I just want to check in, tick it off, and we'll look at it again next week. So choose your version that you feel comfortable in, that you can demonstrate a happy position, okay? That can be you kicking up. It can be a wall walk. It can be your wall walk with one leg up. Whatever your version is. Nicole, will you roll up your sleeves for me, please? I just don't want you to, you've got an important job. We have to keep you safe. Okay. All right, guys. Alice, nice. Okay, yes. Alice, that's good. And now see if you can tuck your bum. Alice, bring your bum. Sorry, I beg your pardon, take one leg off if you're going to do that version. I didn't know you were going to. Yes, that's perfect. Stay there. Lovely. Absolutely lovely. Clara, excellent. Michaela, very nice. Good, going up. Nice. Okay, you're all looking good. Matt, don't do anything, but I think your arms are a little bit far out. D, that's looking amazing. Okay, yeah. Belinda, you're a little bit too far away from the wall. You're in a more of a plank situation. Ruan's really, that's brilliant. Well done. Good. Amy, also, I think you're a little bit too far away. from the wall. Don't worry about adjusting. And she's walking on her forearms back to the wall. There we go. That's nice, Sinead. Excellent. That's really good. Okay, guys, you come down when you're ready. This is looking good. Bum down a little bit more, Matt. Pelvis to the wall. Yes, Elaine, looking good. Strong bent arm version. That's tough. And there she goes up. Wow, excellent, excellent. Bum down towards the wall a little bit, Elaine. She's coming down. Okay, great, guys, come down. All right. Nice.
I just got it.
That's fantastic. I swear, it's so well done, guys, all of you. Okay, and that's quite an interesting thing. So Elaine and Alice did a kind of version. So what happens is if you start with your legs bent, your bum goes further out to the wall, right? So you've got an option. So Alice did a bent knee version, and then she took one leg off and put it in the middle of the room. Okay? And that's the perfect setup for that. And Elaine, the same thing, she did the bent leg version for quite a long time. It's really strong, that version. And then she walked up the wall. But when you've got both legs, I'll show you quickly, when you've got both legs on the wall, then you need to drop your bum. So you'll see what I mean by that. Okay? So if I go, ooh, spotlight the video. I'm so useless with the spotlighting business. There we go. Okay. So when we go up the wall, if we do the bent leg version, you can see how my bum's more in the middle of the room, right? And then this is what Alice did. She went like that. Okay? She actually walked both legs up first, I'm just remembering now. And then she took it off like that, which is perfect. Okay? Elaine did this for quite a long time, which is super strong. And then she walked up the wall, both legs straight. But can you see how my bum's out? Which works if I take my leg off, but doesn't work if I've got my legs off. Then I need to do this. Does that make sense? Do you understand or not? Tell me if you don't, it's cool. Do you understand? So it's when you've got both legs on the wall, you want to, and Matt also, most of you do this, you need to drop your pelvis a little bit more towards the wall. That's all it is. It's not a drama, it's just, it will affect your balance and it affects the strength building. But when you take one leg off, it's fine because it's in line. Okay, the best thing to do is video yourself. But honestly, all of you, brilliant, well done. Okay, I'm really pleased. I mean, that was fast. Because normally I teach this, well, a year and a half ago, I normally teach this live. It takes quite a long time. So well done, guys. You all found your right place. It's brilliant. Okay, how are all your bakasinas, your crows? What's this? I don't know what that means. Oh, hang on, let me just admit Laura. There we go. Okay. So
actually useless.
Sorry, I don't know because I'm highlighted for some weird reason. Who's speaking? D.
Is.
Useless.
My crow is useless. Yes.
All right. Put your hand up if you can get both feet off the ground in crow. Okay, so about half. Okay. All right. So what we're going to do today, we'll have a look at crow, but we're going to look at side crow. And side crow is part of your pose reviews as well. And as you know, we don't expect you to be able to come up into any pose. If we can get you there, yay, that's great. But what we do need you to understand is how the pose works. Okay? And side crow often looks more complex and more fancy than actual crow. But it's not. It's way easier. All right? And what we'll play with a little bit today is looking at side crow, seeing if we can find your way towards it or maybe into it. We'll see how we go. And then hopefully sometimes what happens is that translates into actual crow. So what do we know about arm balances? I think a lot of you chosen arm balances for your pose review. What is the absolute key? What are key things in arm balances? Focus. Yes. Where do you want to go? Right. Okay. What else?
Spreading the hands, fingers.
Spreading the hands and fingers. Yes. What else?
Arm strength.
Sorry, somebody said?
Arm strength.
Arm strength, absolutely. But even before that, what are arm balances?
Shelf.
Shelf. Okay. Arm balances, when you've got to look at poses as just what are they kind of thing, right? Arm balances are simply putting your body, your legs on your arms. That's all it is. Okay. There's a whole lot of different shapes. Some of them require serious flexibility, others don't. Crow doesn't require very much flexibility. Something like firefly with your legs outspread requires a lot of flexibility. Okay? It's simply putting your legs on your arms. So the first thing is you need to create a shelf. Otherwise, it's not going to happen. I don't care how flexible you are or how strong you are, right? Well, actually, if you were very, very, very strong, you could probably do it without a shelf. But most of the time we can't, right? So we need to find where on our arms can we put our legs in that particular shape. That's it, end of story, okay? Most of the arm balances are not strength-based. There is a need for strength, certainly a little bit, but not as much as you think, right? What we need to do is get ourselves into a little ball shape, not a ball as in round, but as compressed as possible. And then we need to lean. That's it, okay? We all know what a seesaw is, right? Okay? If I want this side to go down, the other side's got to go up. It's as simple as that, okay? So that's all arm balances are. And say we've got enough strength, what is another reason why we might not be able to do an arm balance if we've got enough strength? Another couple of reasons.
Also fear, maybe.
Fear, absolutely. So we don't want to fall on our faces. Who was saying yesterday they face smashed? Can't remember. Annalise. That's it. There you go. And that's what's actually, that happens, right? So we don't want to face smash. So that's the fear of it. So that leaning is like, whoa, even though, think how close you are to the ground, right? It's not like a handstand. You're about this much your face off the ground. It's not far at all. And you can actually put a bolster in front of your face, you know, soft cushion, and go, okay? So, but we need to lean. So we've got to get over that fear thing. So that's the confidence thing. And then the next thing is we need to work out what our legs need to be doing, right? If we're not flexible enough to get our legs into a certain place, and we're going to work through that a little bit today, then it's going to be a problem with us getting into that particular shape. Okay. So now I'm going to show you side crow. I'm going to spotlight my video. Oh, I'm on spotlight. Still weird. Hang on a second. Weird camera thing going here. Okay. I should be closer in now. This camera keeps jumping around. It's weird. Okay, so now we're going to do side crow. Can anybody do side crow? No? Okay. All right. So for side crow, it's a twisted crow version. Yeah. And all it is we're just not leaning forward, we're leaning on a diagonal, okay? We're leaning that way. I'm going to show you. There's a couple of different ways of doing it, but fundamentally, we get to create normally more of a shelf in side crow than we do in crow. In crow, we've got just a little bit, but you'll see in side crow, we can actually use two arms. Some people prefer the one arm version. I prefer the one arm version. It's weird. You'll see how it works. It gives you more space. But other people prefer the two arm version because it feels very, very nice. And again, I just want to see if I can get even closer in with this funny little camera that I've got going here. Okay, yeah, all right. Okay, so here we go. Right. Am I on big screen for you guys? Because for some, I'm not for me. It's really weird. Anyway. Oh, there we go. Pin my video. No. All right. Okay. So front crow, we're doing this, right? This action with our arms. That's what front crow is. Okay. We can do the straight arm version, or we can do this version. Side crow is different. First of all, we need to come into a twist. That's why it looks more fancy, because you're in a twist, but actually it's really not. It's an easier arm balance than crow. So what I need to do to get into the twist, I'm going to turn to the side view. You can see now that the side, right? I need to create the shelf, and the shelf is the back of my arms. You guys know that. But if I'm here and I do straight arms, okay, you can see that my thigh is right at my elbow, which is not nice. I don't like that. It's horrible. It's going to make me feel like I'm going to break, right? So what I need to do is I need to create, like Ruan said, that bent arm, this shape. So what I need to do is move my legs out of the way and lean far over. And you can see, look how far down I've gone. And now I've brought, I'm going to show you from the side as well, I've brought both of my upper arms squeezing against my thighs, right? I'm going to show you from the side as well. Then I have to lean. I'm looking to where I want to lean. I come up a little bit onto my toes. I bend my arms, and again, I'm going to show you from the side. I don't flick up. I can just lean. I can also, if anybody is scared, put a bolster here. I can turn my face to the side, and you can see how I can even lean the whole way down and come up. Okay, that's how slow it is. So I'm going to show you from the front. Okay, so again, I have to get my legs out the way. So it's like a Utkatasana twist. Okay, I'm up on my toes. I'm not down on my heels, because that's going to make it harder. Right? I take my legs out of the way. I lean over. I'm doing the two-arm version. My upper arm. So I've got to really lean. So you have to push stuff out the way. And if you've got a tummy or boobs, like big boobs, as not like mine, okay, sorry guys, but there it is, right? Then I'm going to have to squeeze in even more. Upper arms there. I don't let my arm pop out. Look over, leaning, leaning. I can turn my head to the side, and then I just gently come up. I can even lie down. Okay? So the arms look like this from the side. Chat around the arms, leaning, leaning slowly, and then I can come up, or I can turn my head to the side and do that. Okay. Questions? Unpin video, cancel spotlight. There we go. Okay, questions? None? Off you go. Right.
What's the, Catherine, what did you mean by the one arm and the two arm? Is just putting all your weight on one or both?
Put all your weight for this version on both, and then I will show you the one arm after. Guys, the minute you get your setup and your shelf right, you're on your upper arms, it's literally a slow lean. Your feet will come off. Okay, there we go. All right. So I'll show you the one arm version a little bit later. So get into your position first, so I can see. If you can't do it, if you can do it, then go ahead. Amy, are you up? I think you're up already. Yay, well done. Good. So Ruan, now look. Don't lift your leg. Ruan, don't lift your leg up. Put it down. Yes, lean. Even put your cheek on the ground. Yes, there you go. Excellent. That's it. Go Matt. There we go. Okay, Michaela, this is good. Now bend your arms and lean. Turn your head to the side. Yes, Alice. There, good, good, good. Nicole, yes. Yes, good. Okay, Clara, that's it. Now look forward, Clara. Look forward. Your hair's right against the wall. That's it. You got it. You got it. You've got it. Lean. You got it. That's it. Trust yourself and lean. That's it. That's it. You got it. Yeah, you got it. Excellent. Good. All right. Okay, other side, guys, and then I can get around here. Just play with it. It is such a slow lead, okay? Rather just get that shelf right, and then you lean. Yeah, Annalise, there you go. Turn your head, Annalise, turn your head. So your cheeks on the side. Yes, yes. Okay, Annalise, that's literally 1 centimeter that you've got. You're going to have it by next week. No problem. Okay, Lara. Lara's video is very dark. I can't see. That's it. It doesn't matter, Lara. Don't worry. It's fine. Okay, Annalise, now look far forward. Yes, that's it. You've got it. Trust yourself. You've got it. You've got it. Don't flick your leg up. That's it. You got it. You got it. Go, go. Sweet. Okay.
Catherine, I'm finding the other arm, like the one that you're not. I don't know where to put it. The more I watch it.
Well, let's spotlight. Can we spotlight your video and watch so we can see? Do you mind? Yes, we're going to. It's good because we remember this is not about what you achieve in terms of your poses. It's about how you teach as well. This is a very important thing. So we're spotlighting. There we go. All right. Let's have a look. Okay. We can't hear you, Sinead.
I don't know what to do with this arm.
Let's get you into the position and let's see. Okay. Oh, so okay. All right. That's it. So literally pull it into your thigh. That's it. So push your knee. There you go. That's it. There you go. There you go. And then look forward. Look forward. Can you see how she? Yes. Yes. Lean. There she is. Yeah. You see? You got it. Well done. Okay. All right. So now I'm going to show you the other way of doing it. All right. So again, just find. Oh,
Sorry, I'm sorry.
no, don't worry. It's fine. Okay. So what you need to do is find your shelf, the way you are the most comfortable. And I'm going to show you the one-arm version, which Sinead was kind of doing, but it's slightly different. And sometimes the one-arm version, it doesn't require any more strength. It just gives you more space. Okay, the two-arm version, you're very squished, right? People are squished, like your boobs are in the way, your tummy's in the way, all of those things. So sometimes the one-arm version, it really doesn't require any more strength. It feels fine. So you have to work out your version. And of course, if you're going to go and teach, the people that you're teaching's version. Okay, so what's important for now and for your pose review is that we get you into the correct shape, regardless of whether you lean, okay, and come up. It's not important, but we need you to understand where the shelf is, because the minute that you can show that, other people will just lean and their feet will come up. Okay, so we just need you to understand where to put stuff. That's the main thing. So I'm going to show you the one. I'm going to show you the one-arm version. Right. Okay. So the two-arm version. Right. The two-arm version, we are here with both arms, right? If I go here, you can see my back arm is along my thigh, my front arm is here. And can you see that my hands are facing outwards? My feet are facing that way, or even slightly to the side, and my hands are facing to the side. The one-arm version is slightly different. Okay, to the center here, okay? One arm, but our hands face forward. Okay, so it's like this one is doing a chaturanga to the side. This is more chaturanga to the front. Okay, this arm does not touch your thigh. Right? If you wanted to, that's absolutely fine. You can try that version, but it stays kind of free. So again, I twist. I have to really pull stuff out the way, lower, My upper arm goes onto a good bit of my thigh. I'm chaturangering arms, and again, it's a diagonal look. I lean, same stuff. See my arms bending, okay? Same stuff. I don't do this with my elbow. I bring it in, and then I can lift up. Okay? All of these things are just skills and tips for you to play with, okay? Video. Ta-da. All right, so now go and find your position. If you want to stick with the 2-arm version, that is absolutely fine, but I need to see that you are getting into the right position, okay? So D, can I see you getting into the position? It doesn't matter if you don't want to come up, that's really not important, okay? Yes. Yes, D, that's really good. Yes, D, that's good. So D, come up a bit. Try and push your thighs out of the way to the other side. Yes, 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 yes. And that's it, that's it, that's it. That's it, much better. And now bend your arms and look forward. That's all I need you to do, okay? Look forward and come up onto your toes. Yes, that way. Sorry, where are you looking? Yes, sorry. That's it, okay? Come up onto your toes, Dee. Toes. Yes, bend your arms now, bend your arms. Okay, all right, I want you to video this for me later. We'll do that later, okay. Okay, guys, how are we going in our positions? I had Dee on spotlight. That's it, Alice, good. So it's really key that you can, there, nice, Clara, yes, Belinda, and lean a little bit further forward. It is so key to come up on your toes, right? You don't want to have your feet flat, because the higher up you come on your toes, the more your thighs are on your upper arms, right? You don't want them to be low down on your elbow. You want your thighs to go up. I'll show you in a minute when you finish playing. Yeah. Belinda, it's good. Now you need a little bit more lean. Yeah. Yes. Good. Okay. And then just take a break when you're ready and come and talk to me. Alice is laughing. Okay. So all the arm balances are literally, can I get my body into a position on my arms that I can lean forward? That's it. So it doesn't just come automatically, and it doesn't just, I'll be with you now, Clara. It doesn't come because you're strong. For those of you that managed to come up inside crow, you were able to, it's not strong, you're just leaning like this, and then your feet come off the ground, okay? But if you can't get your body in the correct position, it becomes a serious challenge, right? But that's the thing, in the more complex the arm balance is in shapes and flexibility, the more it's a drama to get your body in the right place. Okay, Clara?
I'm so happy because I've never been able to do this before, and all the times I've been practicing it, I even went on like a one-day course with someone to do the crow things, but we were sitting down like so and having to, I don't know, I just couldn't do it. I just, yeah, so amazing, thank you.
Oh, it's a pleasure. So that, you know, you can do it from seated, but of course it makes it really hard, because if we think about it like a seesaw, you know, like a playground seesaw, we know we have to lean in order to come up. And if you're already sitting on the ground, there's not much leaning to be done. So the higher up we are. So it was something that I wanted to show to Dee as well. And Alice, I'm going to get you right now, is spotlight your video. All right. Okay. if there's stuff in the way, right, then it's going to be much harder. You can see how much space I've got here. If you look at me from the front, I can twist right over and then I can really lean down. But if I've got a belly or boobs or just a big person, a guy in the way, my thighs are big, whatever, there's going to be less room here. Okay? So it's going to be squished. And if there's stuff getting in the way here, it means my arms stop here and I can only bend about here on my elbow, which is really not that comfortable for most people. But because I can get my legs out of the way and go really low down, it creates much more of a shelf. Okay? So not here, which I'm happy with as well, but most people aren't. So one of the really good things to do then, and this is Lee, I want you to do a video for me, and actually everybody can work on this, only doing it with one block, is to be on a block. Okay? So I bring both my feet onto a block, bit tricky to get into, but I'm now very high up. Okay? So I can go really, really, really low down. There's more room to lean. So even then, if there's stuff in the way, I can go to about here and then lean. And you can just see how much more lean I've got here. Okay? It's a longer way to go. And the same thing applies to not being flat on your heels. If I'm down here, again, I'm further away. Then my arms only get to a point where I'm on my elbows, which feels terrible. So what I do is I come up onto my toes. I'm trying to pull my arms out of the way. Up onto my toes, and then I've got more room to lean. So it really is a bit of a fiddle, and it's not for everyone. Did anybody... Sorry, I'm going to get you now when I can see. Hang on a second. There we go. Who was speaking? Was it Dee?
I don't know why I'm still big on my screen. How do I make myself go small? Because I can't, you're little and I'm big.
Yeah, you spotlighted, I think.
There you go.
There, thank you. So now can you show me that again?
Sure.
Thank you.
I will show you again. Okay, back I am. Oh, it didn't override your stuff. In video. Okay, can you see me big now, Dee?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So what I want you to do, what I'm trying to explain is if, like any twist, okay, if I'm in a twist and I'm in an Utkatasana twist, Malasana twist, and there's stuff in the way here, right, then it's going to be harder for me to get lower, right? This applies to everybody. Harder for me to get lower in the arm balance, and then my elbows are going to be on my thighs. And that feels quite uncomfortable for most people. The idea is that we're trying to see, and it may or may not be possible, if we can get you way lower and your thighs high up on your arms. See, for me, there's not stuff in the way. Like I don't have any boobs, sorry guys, but it's true. All right? So, and I can get really down low. So you can see how I'm right high up on my upper thigh. Okay? Not on my elbow. So a good way of trying to play with this, and again, it may or may not work, it depends on you, is to put your foot on a block, feet on a block, I should say, because it gives you more space, right? It gives you more space to lean. So I'm on the block. I take my legs out of the way, and then look how much more space I've got. Okay, I'm further away, but I've got a lot more clearance. Bring my legs out of the way, draw my arm in, and then I've got I'm just doing a one arm one because it's quick, right? And then it's a long way to go down to get into the position, okay? But it is one of those things with the arm balances. There we go. One of those things with the arm balances that if stuff is in the way or you don't have the required flexibility, depending on the pose, and we're going to do another one now, we can't do the pose, okay? That's the thing. And then we've just got to go, cool, let's do crow instead, because there's hundreds of them, right? And most of them don't actually build up very much strength at all. They're quite fancy and fun to play with, but you know, then we just move on to one that we can actually do. Alice, I'm finally getting around to you, sorry.
Thank you. I actually struggle with this one. Regular crow is much easier for me. But I did, as we've been, this is also the first time I've actually tried to do this. But as the beginning, I kept falling off. I feel like I have a strong one on my backhand, but the front kept like sliding up my knee. And then I just fall out of it. But I put the pillow down, which helps a little bit for me to kind of just lean. So I'm able to get that lean right onto the pillow though. I don't know how to progress to finding that.
Can we have a look? Can we have you got enough energy to, I'm going to let you guys have a break for 5-10 minutes after this. Okay, so wait, I'm just going to spot out your video, Alice, and let's have a look. Cute. That's sweet. You'll have to fall on your boy and use him as a pillow. Okay, let's have a look. All right, there we go. Now, can you see how Alice's legs are not that high up? They're almost on her elbow, right? So she's going to have to bend a lot. So Alice, push your legs out of the way even more. Push them out of the way. Push them. Yes, even more. And twist right. Now go low, Alice. Squish yourself. Yes, 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 better. Okay, now bend your elbow. Come up onto your toes. Yes, you got it. You got it now. All right, now keep going. Turn your head to the side. That's it. Yeah, so that's it. That's the pose, right? So what I can see now is, I don't know if you guys managed to see that. Okay. But let me see if I can unpin your video, because otherwise cancel spotlight video. All right. So could you see the difference? If you remember me showing you on the, when my feet were on the block, how much more I had to lean. And do you see how little Alice has to lean? She's only got about this much to lean, right? And because, of course, the pillow's in the way, she hits the pillow immediately, which is all very good. So Alice, two things. The pose is there. That's it. That's the pose. One is that you get brave enough to let the pillow go, all right? And then you will literally have your face. Where is Alice? She's gone. Where is she? Oh, she's gone. She's gone. She'll watch the recording. Like, whoa. But she, there, I've got to let her back in again. There we go. Where is she? There she is. Hello, Alice. We were just talking about you. Okay. Can you hear me, Alice? Okay, cool. So, Alice, you've got the pose. That's it. It's done. And I was just saying that two things need to happen. One is you don't have a lot of room to lean. Your forearms aren't the longest in the world. Mine aren't either as well. So when you lean, you need a little bit more height to lean, to fully get your legs up. Okay, that's why when you put your side of your face on the pillow, your legs completely came up, right? They just automatically came up. So either you lose the pillow and then just almost lean about a centimeter off the ground, hovering with your face. Remember that it sounds silly, but if I turn my face to the side, it's less distance than if I've got my nose in front, okay? Does that make sense? So when I lean, if I lean with my nose down, this is more wide than if I turn my head to the side. So you've got more space, right? And it also means if you squish, you're just gonna go like that. And the other thing is to do exactly what I did earlier when I was showing D, is to put your feet on blocks. Yeah, you can also put your hands on blocks, but you have to kind of, it's a bit tricky for new people, but the pose is there. So you could all see that, guys, right? That Alice, the pose is there. She's got the pose. That's it, end of story. And now it's either a case of just turning your head and getting rid of the pillow, and you will only be this much off the ground with your head. It'll just be here, right? That might be too much, and then blocks. That's all it is, because it's the seesaw. So you have to lean as much as you need to for your legs. That's how it works, right? So that means how long your legs are, how heavy your legs are, the proportions of your legs. The bigger, the heavier, the more you need to lean to get your feet up, okay? Lighter legs, and guys often have, we spoke about this yesterday, lighter legs in proportion than women do. Women's legs and pelvises are heavier. We have to lean more. So often the ground is very, very close and a bit scary for us as well. Okay, so the next process of, we'll do this next week though. Once we've got our side crow, then we can do twisted hurdlers, which is when we straighten out the legs. I'm not going to do that today because I want to work on a couple of, Belinda, well, you were like, yeah, I want to do that, I want to do that, okay? I want to just get you into different shapes, okay? That's the main, let me just check the time. All right, I'm going to talk for 5 minutes and then an hour, all right, because the arm balances are strong. You've done your forearm balance, you've done side crow about 10 times already. It's a thing, okay? Belinda, question.
Just so you know, this is all dopamine at the moment because I've also never been able to get that. So I'm just like, let's go, let's go, let's go.
That's good. This is what I want you to understand with the arm balances is, if you are a good teacher and if you're a practitioner that breaks down poses and goes, what do I need? Like, you haven't increased your strength, you haven't increased your flexibility, you've just figured out where to put stuff and lean, right? And that's how, and you've got to, it's always for your body. And as teachers, you've got to look at a group of students going, okay, I can see there's some big boobs there. Okay, Matt's got quite short legs relative to his, but I know exactly what your poses are going to look like before you've even moved. You know, and that's what you need to understand as teachers. It's like, is stuff in the way? How can we move it out of the way? For you, as a person, it's just the arm balances are not, they look fancy and they are fun and all of those things, but it really is skill. It's where do you put stuff, right, for your body. That's all it is at the end of it. So that just before you go, I want to just do one prediction. Ruan hasn't stopped. Can you see? It's just like ignoring me. This woman's babbling on in the background. Ruan, did you have a question?
I promise I'm listening.
I'm really joking.
I'm having a hard time on the left-hand side versus the right-hand side. Clara helped me with this as well. I was twisting too much, and I wasn't sure in which direction to go, and I finally got the right-hand side, but now on the left-hand side, when I actually kind of like lean over, this arm feels very weak. Okay. I know it's not a strength thing.
Let's have a look.
But I just can't.
Okay. Show us on the right first, Ruan. Show us on the right first so we can see if you guys can see the difference. Okay, so up on his toes, upper arms, there we go, squished in, that's it. 2-arm version. He's doing the nose. See how much more clearance he's got than Alice. Yeah, that cute. Okay, Ruan, try and keep your knees together. I don't know if it's because you've got strong thighs. Okay, your knees separate out. It just makes it a bit harder. So let's see you on the other side.
Okay.
Yeah, keep your knees together. Yeah, that's it. Now look forward, don't look down. Yes, now we go.
Yeah, no. This one doesn't want to play with it.
Yeah, so you're not, so tell me, on the right-hand side, are you using 2 arms?
Yes.
You're using 2 arms. What? It doesn't look like you're using 2 arms on this side. That one was free. Bring it in. Okay, come up onto your toes, knees together. Bend your arms, squish. Yes, there we go. That's it. Up onto your toes, lean. That's it. That's it. Ah, you can see what's going on. Okay, so it's not to do with your strength. It's because don't come up on the right side. Twist again on the right side and don't come up. I just want to see your shape. Okay, so there it is. So what's happening is on this side, your knee is much higher up on your, not much higher, but a little bit higher up on your arm than it is on the other side. Okay, on this side, you're very low. Come back to your left. Twist, get your legs out of the way. Yeah, okay. And now squish, Ruan, before you even lean. Walk your hands further forward. Ruan, walk, yes, there. Now bend over, don't come up, bend over. Yes, Now come up onto your toes and squeeze. Okay, bend your arms now, squish them in and bend. It's a cycle. Lean, come on. There you go, you got it, you got it, you got it. There's a trust issue on this side. I don't know what it, because now you're the same.
Now I'm only on the one arm when I do that. When I did, now I wasn't on this one.
Okay,
so,
yeah.
It just feels completely different.
I think for you, so I'm just getting it back to gallery view. For you, I would actually be working on the one-arm version. You're way strong enough to do it, and it will give you more space. That's what I would be doing. But for some reason, you're not trusting your free arm.
It's just, I know it's not a strength thing. I absolutely know that, but it's not pushing. It's like not contracting or something, and it's just, I'm kind of leaning on it, and it's just going down, 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 and folding.
Okay, but then you've got to have it free. So do a chaturanga for me.
Like a normal chaturanga.
Yeah, and hold it.
Okay.
Do you think he's got the strength to do it, guys? Okay, come up. All right, good. Okay, so Ruan, you are super strong. Okay, to hold a chaturanga like that, your arms, how did your left arm feel in that, in chaturanga? Because it looked really good.
I think it's more the wrist than the arm, really. Like, I think it's just flexion and getting tired.
Yeah, it might be getting tired, but I actually think it's not that. I think it's a psychological thing. When you're doing it with the one arm only, that elbow feels too free, and you don't know what you have to bring your mind to thinking chaturanga, because your chaturanga, that's strong, okay? And that's your left arm working, and your wrists in full extension in your chaturanga. It's in exactly the same as it is in your crow. So I think it's maybe a feeling that you're not doing this action in the pose, where you got to think chaturanga arms, even if that arm is free.
Can I show you from the side, maybe, as well? What I was doing on the right-hand side. So I was like this. So I was doing the two-arm version like this, and this one felt pretty good. So there.
Yeah.
Okay, so if I move to this side.
Okay, so your arms are firstly, they're wider here than they are when you do it on the other side. Yeah.
Okay.
They were actually really narrow on the other side, much more narrow than your shoulders. I'm not sure. Bring that elbow in. You see it's popping out to the side. Yeah. There we go. There you go. Yes, you got it. You're just not trusting yourself. That's all it is. So the difference is, Ron, your elbows when you're doing it on the right hand side, your elbows are actually quite narrow to fit into your thighs. Okay, so you're bringing them in. Whereas on this side, that one arm is slightly out. It's almost on your hip joint. So I think video your right side and video your left side, and the one you're very narrow on the right because you're fitting according to your thighs, but on the other side you're actually out. You're almost like your elbows, and it's not terribly far, but it's a little bit like that. Does that make sense? So if I show
it feels that way as well.
Yeah,
it feels like this is not coming in.
It's not coming in. You're almost on your hip joint. On the side of your hip, on the one side, because when you did the right side, I was like, wow, your arms are really narrow. But for your thighs, that's probably where your hands and your arms have to be to get onto the right place that you can lean. So I think you've just got to match what you're doing on the one side. Hear yourself and you'll be able to do it, like no problem at all. It's just that one arm is going out. Cool. Clara, do you have a question?
More of a comment, because I noticed that one of the mistakes that I made was that when I turned around at first, my outer leg went kind of over the other. So like taking it back really helps so that it's leaning on top of the other.
Yes, and you can see with Ruan that he's corrected it, but every time he would lean, his knees would come apart, which just makes it harder. That you can still do it, but it just makes it harder. But it is that thing. So does everybody understand that? It's like, my thigh is a certain length, right? Okay, so if my arm's here on my knee or here on my hip, that's way too, it's just not efficient for leaning. So, but if I can get one arm there, it's difficult for me to do, and the other arm there, not there, then it's actually much easier and more supported. So that's what I can see, Rowan, for you there. All right, guys, I'm giving you a 5-minute break, only 5 minutes, so do what one does in 5 minutes. And yeah, because I want to get through a couple of others. And then, okay, I'm giving you 7 minutes, just because. Be back at 11:40, please. Okay, I'll see you in a bit. Just wait a couple of minutes until everybody gets back. All coming on. I just noticed that Ndivu sent out a link for her session today, but she's got it as starting at 2 p.m. She's meant to start at 1:30. I've just sent her a message, but I'll let you guys know. I'm not sure if she's got the time wrong or whatever, but that she's meant to start at 1:30, just so you guys know. But I'll let you know what is happening with that, and if she's got another scheduling problem, but we'll confirm it a little bit later. Okay, so arm balances again, right? Again, shelf is the most important thing. Where we put stuff is the most important thing, and we have to look at our bodies and go, this is my body can do this, this is my body, it's in this shape, etc., and I have to work accordingly. Okay, it's just one of those things. Things like the inversions we can actually get stronger at and get better at. The arm balances are largely dependent on whether you can put your body in the shape on your arms. And if for whatever reason it won't go into that shape, you're not going to be able to do the pose. It's as simple as that, okay? But you can do a whole load of other poses. And the arm balances, like I keep saying, are not, bizarrely, they're not strength orientated. They are a little bit of strength, most of them, okay? The arm balances that have the most strength capacity are the ones where you can pick your body off the ground. So things like an L-sit, when you've got your legs crossed, and we're going to do that now, and you push down on blocks and you lift your legs off the ground. They are leg strength, okay? I'm talking absolute rubbish. They are arm strength. Yeah, so those are the arm balances. We're going to do it now as we work to Ashtavrikrasana. Those are the arm balances that everybody can start to work some kind of strength. And then stuff isn't in the way. Your flexibility has no bearing in it whatsoever. And they're the ones that really kind of make you strong. But they do not look as fancy as the ones that don't require very much strength. So if you've got blocks, please get them. If you don't, it's totally cool, okay? And I'm going to go to my mat and show you. So if you've got 2 blocks, that is helpful. If you don't, also fine. Okay? You can even do it on a chair. Pin my video. Right. I'm going to find my other block. Okay, you can all see me. Right. So we're working towards the pose. Well, we're going to do 2 poses: compass, Ashtavrikrasana, 8 angle, and maybe firefly if we've got the time to go there. All right. So the great thing about compass pose is it can be done with the flexibility requirements, or it can be done without the flexibility requirements. So it means that pretty much everybody can work towards the strength aspect of the pose. So compass pose, for those of you that have seen it before, right, is a preparation pose. We can start it with legs bent, often here, one leg bent, and we bring our knee behind our upper arm, okay? And then if we can, and we've got the flexibility, we crawl under. You can see my shoulders under my arm. This is a big flexibility requirement. And then we take the leg up in the air. These are my short arms, okay? Leg up in the air, okay? So that is your compass pose without strength. So the way of building up the strength for compass pose, and we will do it from the side, for you to see. What we're trying to do for compass, I'm just going to demonstrate the whole thing so you know what I'm trying to show you, breaking it down. Compass pose initially is a flexibility pose, flexibility, and then it becomes a strength pose. I take my other leg up, my left leg up, and I rock forward, and I lift myself off the ground, okay? So my leg is off the floor, I'm off the ground. Then the next stage of that, and Roanne was demonstrating it the other day, he did it in a different version, is 8 angle, where I do this, lift off the ground, cross my legs, and then I go down to here, right? So you can see that requires quite a lot of flexibility and a lot more strength actually than side curl. So for the strength aspects of it, we do it, I'm going to show you from the side, it's easier. We can do it on blocks. So we take the flexibility requirements out of the pose, put our hands on block, and lift our hips off the ground. Okay? One leg off the ground, next leg off the ground, and if you can, both legs off the ground. Okay? And that is way stronger than any other arm balance, not quite, but almost any other arm balances. So I'm going to unspot me and got a few. Okay, so first of all, I want you to try and put yourself into the flexibility requirements of compass pose. So you bend one knee in. So Nicole, I would bend your other leg in. Yes, it just makes it easier, more room, right? And then you want to really bring, so if I show you from here, look how far my knee goes behind my arm. Okay? Way behind. Then I have to really round my back, and I'm in the pose. Okay? That's it. Flexi people, straighten your legs. This looks so much better than my version from the front. I must take videos like that. Yes, wow, look, okay. Big range of flexy things, that's it. D, nice, okay. D, hold your toe. Your toe, yes, there you go. Hold your toe and look under your arms. Round your back, you've got to round your back. Wow, Nicole, flexy people, Michaela as well. Okay, so lots of flexy people. So you can see the different range. Roanne, let's see your flexi version. Okay, there's Roanne's flexi version, but you know we've all seen Roanne do the final pose, okay? Because he's using strength and a very clever way of getting into the pose, okay? All right, let's see you, Alice. There you, oh, flexi people. Okay, so this is just a flexibility thing. Can you get, but you have to round your back a lot to get underneath your long legs, right? Some of you can put your foot behind your ear. Sinead, can you put your foot behind your ear? Yeah, you see, so huge range of flexibility here, and flexibility is just what it is, right? It's just what it is. Okay, I can just about get one foot behind my ear, other one I can't, right? So that's it. Okay, now I want you to get your blocks, and I want you to do what we call L sits. Turn to the side so I can see you properly. Okay, so blocks, turn to the side. Yeah. Okay, now we'll see strength work. Okay, you need to round a little bit, press into your block, so don't sit up straight to do this. Okay, you have to round, otherwise your abs won't work. Right? Press into your blocks and lift your bum off the ground. The mat's rocking a full lift. Okay, press your bum off the ground. So Belinda, you need to round. Way more, Nicole, also you need to round. Bring your hips further back and fold forward like you're in a forward bend. Okay, press into the ground, lift. Okay, come down, everybody. All right, now I'm going to count to 10. So you can't do an L sit. You can't do it. Sorry. You can't do, I'll show you what happens. Okay, you can't do it with a straight back. I mean, you can, but it's just not effective. So I can do this, but I can't do anything more like that. In order for me to pick up both, my blocks aren't here, they're a little bit further down. In order for me to pick up both, I'm here. Okay, can you see how rounded my back is? Right. Okay, so I'm going to time you all. Okay, all right. So position your blocks correctly, and I want you to choose a version that you can hold for 10 seconds. Yes, Matt, you're going to have to lift yourself up for 10 seconds. Okay? Choose a version that you can do, and I want you to push with all your might. All right, get ready. Okay, round more, Annalise. That's it. Yeah, lean forward and pick up. Pick. Right, press. One leg. That's it. Go. Ooh, Annalise, excellent. Press. You can feel how strong this is. Huh? Come on, Michaela, lift one leg. Come on. You've got it in it. Lift one leg. Lift one leg. Quad strength. Right? Good. And come down. Okay. So that's the strength of quad. Now, I think the only person that could lift off is Matt, of all of you, right? How many of the women could do the bendy flexibility stuff? A lot, right? So you can see that there's just a big range on stuff. The flexibility stuff, you either can do it or you can't. Like, you can probably help yourself a little bit, but not more. But the strength stuff, if you want to be proper yoga practitioners, I would strongly suggest you're able to pick your bum off the ground, okay? That you've got enough strength to pick up. Okay? So that's what you need to work on. All right, next stage. Okay? So you're either going to work on the strength thing, or you're going to come and put, I know some of you have already done it. Okay? You're going to put your leg behind your arm. So I'm going to do, I'm just leaving my blocks here because it's fun. I come here and I put my hand down, it's actually in the way, there, on the ground, okay? The idea of this pose, all of you, is that I need to hook my leg over my arm. If I don't, it's going to slide down. So if I show you from the front, my arm is slightly bent. Can you see it's bent to the side? If it's straight, that's going to happen. So my arm is slightly bent and slightly out to the side. When I come forward, it goes into normal chaturanga. Okay? The easy way of doing this, if you can hook, it's good. But then you still have to pick up, right? That's the push. So the easier way of doing this, which you can all try it first, is start with crossed legs. This is what Ruan was doing the other day. Even take your legs slightly out, and you have to roll forward. Okay? It's a little bit of a momentum. You can do that version, or you can pick up, cross, and then you need to hook, and then go down. Okay? The thing with this arm balance is it needs momentum, a little bit of a swing. Okay, off you go to whatever version you are doing. And I promise you, if you work on the L-sit version and that's all you can do, I'll be way more impressed if you can lift both legs off the ground than if you can do this pose. Okay, Clara, bend your elbows and swing forward. So you've got to do it in one movement, okay? You need that momentum. If you get stuck there, you get stuck. Right. Let's see where we go. Today. So brilliant. Matt's got it. That's it. Okay. Okay, so what's happening is all of you a lot of you just trying the cheat version. Okay. The cheat version can be hard. So, Michaela, this is good. Now put your hand down on your block. Yes. Hook your foot. That's it. Now let it go. There you go. Okay. Now you have to swing. If you're going to do this, yes, Michaela, that's it. So the only thing that happened there is you didn't swing. You have to, I'll show you and that's it. You have to swing. Okay. You can see how Sinead is swinging, right? You're swinging. Okay. You've got to do a little bit of a swing. Otherwise you actually get stuck in this way. But that's it. Even more. And now bend your elbows. Having a bolster out in front is also super helpful. It's a ridiculous thing that we want to do this. Yeah, that's it. Now swing. Yes, Michaela, you got it. I love the little collapse at the end. Right. It's this again, like side crow. If you do collapse, it's not like crow where you're going to face smash. You just sort of go. But we can see it's not that. So can we see what Clara is doing? Right. Clara's doing like a straight arm swing, which is cool. Ruan's just face smushed. But Clara, you need to come forward and bend your elbows.
I find it easier when I cross, when I'm in it, not before. I find it harder when I cross before.
Exactly.
I feel like when I cross, it gives me that swing.
Exactly.
When I'm already in it, yeah.
You have to do that. And for me, I don't like the cross version. It depends on your physique, your body, whether it works for you, that one. So someone like Ruan, who hasn't got the flexibility to get their leg up where you can get your leg, he's not going to be able to do that version. So what he does is he does exactly what he's doing now. He's almost in the pose immediately, and then he just leans forward. You can see, look at Ruan, there you go. So it's another way. So he's not even doing the swing at all. He's doing the lean, but he literally does not have great flexibility of the hips. Sorry, Ruan, but it is a fact. Just is what it is. And you've got to know your body and work according to your body. It's as simple as that. But yes, I totally agree. For me, I need to lean back and do the swing to lean forward. And so the leg, that's it. Now go, Clara. Yes. Yes. That's it. That's it. You got it. There you go. Belinda, you're crossing your shin on your foot, not your foot on your foot. You're doing that. Okay? You need to do this. It's a hook. Right? It's a hook. But you can see that it's a big flexibility pose, or do it like Ruan. And I think I'm going to spotlight him in a minute, because it really is a very good way of getting into the pose if you don't have the flexibility. Okay. Ruan, I'm going to spotlight you because, I know the arm balances are often about, oh, I want to do it, which is fantastic, but we also need to know how to teach it to people, because as you can see, everybody's different. So I'm going to ask Ruan to be a teacher, talk about putting you in the spotlight, all right? He's going to be a teacher, and he's going to teach you how to do a version if you don't have the flexibility to get your foot in the pose. Ruan, can you show us and explain what you do, please?
I've actually got two versions. So the first one is actually using a block. This one helped me the most. So getting your hip into the right position already, crossing the ankles, and then getting into that arm position. Now, another thing that I learned was you have to actually squeeze the legs to make them straight. You can't just lift them. So do this, squeeze and lean forward.
Excellent. And you're still on the block, yeah?
Yeah.
That's brilliant.
Yeah.
See, that's just a brilliant variation. Well done.
And then same thing. Now I just use the momentum, which is getting up and then squeeze.
Yes. Nice. Good. And don't we notice, isn't it interesting how his left arm is fine here? It's not supported on anything, but it's doing fine. Just say it. So, guys, this is a really good thing to try. And don't you just love the blocked version where his hips on the block, right? So grab your block and try that and see if you can just thread your arms through. And this is very much Iyengar yoga teachers like this. They would teach you sitting on a chair, so with your legs in that shape. So the point is to be creative and play for your body. Work it out for yourself. So give Ruan's version a try. Just sitting on the block. That's it. Yes. Good. Now straighten your legs, Belinda. You're not listening to teacher Ruan. Said specifically, he said, straighten your legs. You have to straighten your legs.
Yeah, you have to squeeze your thighs and your ankles.
Exactly. I'm just watching Elaine. So Elaine, cross your legs and take them out to the side. Yeah, and I take them out to the side, like you falling over with crossed legs like that. Yes, that's it. That's exactly it. Yeah, and cross at the ankles. Oh, you're going to do that version. Okay. Cross at the ankles. Do Ruan's version. There. And now lean forward with your hips on the side of the block. Cross at the ankle, Elaine. I can see you're not crossed at the ankle. Yes, there we go. And now you need to put your side hip on the thing and lean forward. Not happening. Okay. So, it's like, that's it, Elaine. You just need to be on your hips not on the side of the block. That's all it is. Your bum cheeks on the side of the dog. So I think you're all making it, not all, a lot of you are making it more of a drama than Roanne made it a drama. It literally is just where you're just lying down, like crossing your legs like that. So if I did it without the thread, it would look like that. Okay, that's all it is. This. Okay, so different versions, different things for different poke, right? Yes. Okay, and you need to swing for this version. So that's a flexibility poke. So you've done quite a lot. You've done side crow, you've done your forearm balance, you've done 2 versions of side crow. You've done compass pose, that's the flexibility element of things. You've picked your bum off the ground, and we're going to try it. I don't like doing too much of that version because it pulls your shoulders down quite heavily, right? You've done that, but you've done the L-sit picking up versions, which are the strength-based versions, and then the actual swing of Astabhakrasana, okay? None of these are complex poses. If you can get your body into the shape or even modified shape and you swing, you're going to be in the pose. So come on, Belinda, let's go up and hook quickly. Hook quick. The more, this often happens with arm balances when we learn. We spend so long trying to get into it, it gets sore, but it's quick. It's pick up, cross, swing. That's it, all right? Because otherwise you end up getting very, very tired. That's it. Come, Clara, now. Pick, cross, swing. Yes! Done. That's it, right? Because the nice way of breaking it down, which is what Ruan is doing, is that you've broken down, can I get my arm, my leg on my arm? Can I pick my bum off the ground, right? You did that, the L-sit version. Yes, tick, tick. Can I cross my legs? Yes. Swing, and those are the 3 things that you have to bring in, and then the wrists go like this. Yeah, so it's fast. Okay, all right. What is the time? 12:03. All right, so I want to do, you guys can choose, okay, because I only want to do 1 more arm balance with you. It's really tiring, but it's good stuff to know, right? You can choose either flying pigeon or firefly, okay? I don't know if you guys know the difference or anything, but you can choose, right? Or you can go lie down and go to sleep. And the ones that really want to do it can say, because these aren't for your pose review. Your pose review is side crow, just the shape. If you can get into the pose, that's great, okay? For strength, I would much rather you pick up into L-sits and build some proper strength. But these are the kind of like fun things for the people that are interested in arm balances. So, does anybody want to do any one of those poses? I don't know if you know what they are. Fireflies, where your legs are straight out like that. Ekapala Galavasana, flying pigeon is where you're in pigeon legs and your legs up in the air. Choose anyone. What?
Firefly.
Who shouted firefly? Matt. Yeah. All right. So we could, in fact, we can quickly do both, but let's start with firefly. Okay. So what flexibility requirements do we need for firefly? Hamstrings, right? Everybody, so this is, you break it down. So your class and your practice can be twofold, right? Everybody lie down in Upavishta Konasana, wide leg forward fold. This is how I'll tell whether you can do, so other way, Clara, other way, sitting up with your tummy. But it was great, I enjoyed that one. All right. Lie down as flat as you can. Okay, Belinda, I have no idea what Clara is doing. I have no idea why Ruan is following Clara. Sit up and fold forward. Okay, same with you, Michaela. These are all good creative things. But if I was to see, wanting to see how far you could go in firefly with flexibility, this is how I would look at you. Okay, so I would look at Matt, who's the person that wants. So everybody come up and have a look at Matt in his Upavishta Konasana, his wide-legged forward fold. No, it doesn't matter. Okay, so what do we think of Matt? What is firefly going to look like? Bent knee. Yeah, okay. He doesn't have the flexibility to straighten the legs. Okay, so that is going to be a thing. He can actually do it with straightening the legs if, and Matt, you might be able to do it as an L sit, a wide-legged L sit. You can do that version, which is really, really, really difficult. It's very strong. Okay, but we can see, you know, that the flexibility is a huge thing. Firefly is solely dependent on where you can put your legs on your arms. If they can't only go to here, your firefly is going to be mostly strength-based, or you're going to have your legs bent. If you can put it up here, you're going to be able to do straight legs. Okay, simple versions are, and I'll spotlight quickly go through. Don't break yourself doing this stuff. Okay, right. Okay, so blocks are really helpful as well if you want to learn. Mistake that people make going into firefly is they think they have to have their legs wide. No. They've got to be on your shoulders, right? So they've got to be just a little bit wider than your shoulders. If they're here, it's too far apart. In order to get in, you need to round. Really wriggle. You see how rounded my back is? You need to wriggle and squish to get in. So my legs, I'll show you from the side. So my legs are about that far apart, no wider. And I actually bend my knees slightly out to the side to get into the pose, because I can't get in with straight legs. With straight legs, and I'm quite flexible, I can go to like here, but I can't get in, right? So I need to slightly turn my feet up, which is the way I like it. You can see I bend my knees, and then I hook my heels and I swish. Okay? Like I look very red upside down, can't help it. Okay. Then I start to move my feet together. Okay. Show you from the front, wriggle in, move my feet a little bit together, because then I can grip, okay, my shoulders. Showing you from the side. The other thing is, once you've got into the squish position, I have to take my hands quite far back. If I take my hands here, what's going to happen? I'll sit and I'll slide down. Okay? So I have to take my hand out, quite far behind, wriggle in, squish. My hands are here. You can see it goes, oh, it's a bit scary. But look what happens when I sit back. I sit down, oops, and my hands are now almost at 90 degrees. There I am, my feet are on the ground, and I squeeze it. Then maybe I can lift my feet off the ground. And maybe I can straighten one leg, and maybe I can straighten both legs. Okay? But it's largely a flexibility orientated pose. Oh, nearly squished into my computer. Questions? No? Okay. Go and give it a bash. So Amy, bend your knees to wriggle in. Turn your feet out. Yes, yes, Amy, nice one. Good, you're in. Nice. D, turn your hands the other way. Fingers facing forward. Yes, yes, that's it. Fingers face forward. Yes, D, that's good. That's good. Nice, Matt. Now remember, look up, look forward. That's it. And you need to have one leg coming off at the time. Good cramping, Nicole. That's your abs working nicely because you compressed. Okay, tricky pose. So Amy, I can see your feet are way too wide. Way too wide. You're going to slide off your, that's it. Wriggle in and squish your shoulders in. Wriggle your feet even more in, Amy. Even more. Yes. Now squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Look up, look forward. One leg at a time. Just straighten your legs up. One leg. Yes. For you, blocks. Go get blocks. Okay. Matt, I'm sorry, I didn't see where you're going. Show me again. And at least your hands are too close to your feet. Don't adjust them now, I'm just telling you. Turn your fingers forward. Forward, not sideways, forward. Okay, Matt. Now look up, Matt. Squeeze your knees in. And I'm also seeing need for blocks here. Yes, good. Matt, blocks. You need blocks. And try the L-sit version for me. Michaela, I love that your dog is hustling you. Okay. Can you see how most of you fall back? Okay. Because you're not taking your hands far enough back. Oh, Belinda, this is excellent. Squeeze in. You see, you have your hands aren't far enough back. The minute they aren't far enough back, you fall back on your bum. Yes, good, Amy. I was like, woo. Okay, excellent, good. Okay, blocks are super helpful here. Really, really helpful to be higher up. Okay, Belinda, now look forward. Don't walk your hands so close in. You don't trust it. There, stop. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. Tricky one. Takes a little while to get there. Clara, look up and look forward. Yes, she's got it. She's got it. With blocks, she'd be off the ground already. You got it. You got it, Clara. There you go. Excellent. Jumps and slide up. So the minute you straighten your legs, you slide. So you have to squeeze in. Hugely squeeze in. Okay? Wrists all sore. Okay. And at least that was looking good. You're tired though, and that's why I don't want to beat you up too much with more arm balances. But did you see where Annalise had her hands on the blocks? Okay? Did you see? It's like for people that are going like this with wrists, and if your hamstrings aren't that flexible, I'll get to you now, Matt, being higher off the ground gives you more clearance. Okay? It just gives you this much more room for you to straighten your legs, because you can see a lot of your feet are kind of dragging on the ground. And then because your hamstrings aren't flexible, you take your legs wide and then you slide down. Okay? So it's a fiddle. Matt?
Can you explain the L-sit version? How would you?
I can show you the L-sit version, but I am terrible at it. It's so strong. I'm going to have to slap my quads quite a lot to do it. You'll be able to do it better than me. It's fundamentally a wide L-sit. Okay? So, and I'm really a bad demo of this. Okay? So you literally do, instead of doing instead of doing an L-sit with your legs together, for some reason I've got like two totally different blocks here, right? You go into this version and you straighten, but now not on my arms. Then I show you from the front, and it's super. You'll be able to do it. You've got the strength. Excuse my uneven block. No, that's too low. Right? So I go into position. I'm quite wide. Okay? I'm still squeezing it, but I'm not on my arms anymore.
Okay, thank you very much.
Come on, I want to see you do it. Try it with blocks. Have you got blocks there?
I don't. That's why I've been doing it all with just hands.
Okay, but go try that now. I want to see you do it. You can do this. It's just a wide-legged L-sit. Come on. Keep your legs bent if you need to. You can do it from the ground as well, Matt, and pick up. That's another way of doing it. That's it. Hands back. And now straighten your legs. Sit back and straighten your legs. Yes, 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 that's it, that's it, that's it. And you can see he's so able to do that, but you're able to do it, but you just need to be higher because of your hamstrings. There's no clearance for them to leave the ground, but you can definitely do that. You can also try and do it. Straighten out your legs for me, Matt. Sit down, straighten out your legs. Sit on the ground. I'm very, very bossy. Widen your legs a little bit. Yeah, and now do an L-sit. Roll forward and pick your legs off the ground. Yep, now, yes, yes. No, inside. Yeah, okay, and now pick. Come on, pick your bum up. It's really hard. That's it. His brain's just not working it out. It's fine, you'll get there. But if you can do an actual L-sit like you can do that. Yes, it's hard. I know, it really quite burns. All right, who is next? Annalise?
Yes. So I can't do this at all. My wrists hurt and whatever, but I'm not going to give up. Okay.
Why would you? Yeah. Look,
it hurts even on the blocks. So
yeah.
I actually saw in the week, I think it was on Take A Lot or whatever, you get these wrist blocks.
Yes, you get wedges. Clara had a wedge earlier. It's a wedge. Clara, you had a wedge. You were showing us to sit on. You know that wedge, that anything that is shaped like that. Okay.
Okay.
Do not do wrist extension work. But it's really just a matter of getting used to it. And normally, when would you ever go and spend almost 2 hours doing arm balances? I mean, I would, but I'm insane. But over years and years and years, so you really, and also it's like I was saying to Belinda earlier, when you're trying to learn these things, this is when it hurts the most, because you're doing it again and again and again, rather than, I can just go and demonstrate one time, here's the pose, done, my wrists don't hurt, because I don't have to do it again and again and again. It's more, be clever about it. Look at the flexibility requirements. Does your body work like that? Do I have enough strength to pick myself up in an L sit? Because that shouldn't hurt your wrists. Build up the strength. What skill does it need? How much momentum do I need? And then put them all together. So your class, your practice would be working on the flexibility, working on the strength, skill, so that you understand. And if you've got the flexibility requirements, as I always say, strength you build. And it's whether you choose to do it or not. If you don't want to do it, whatever, don't do it, But if you do, you can build up the strength. And you've definitely got the flexibility requirements for it, Annalise, so you can do it.
Really?
Look, if you like, Matt or Ruan, it's different. I mean, look at Ruan. He's starting away. I mean, he can't. His flexibility, sorry, Ruan, but his hamstring flexibility is appalling for yoga, right? It's like it makes everything harder, but it does not mean that he can't do a version of the pose that probably requires way more strength than the women, especially women that can do firefly. I'm fairly flexible, but I've got people, 500-hour teachers, that are so flexible. When they're in the pose, their legs are like that, okay? They can, and no one believes me on the 500 hours. There's always one person who can do it. And then I say to the person, do it. And I say, can we now have a conversation for 5 minutes and a cup of tea? And they go, yeah, they can just hang out there because it requires no strength for that. The flexibility just allows them to just la 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 in the pose, right? So when you don't have that flexibility, it means that you have to have more strength, which to me is much more impressive than flexibility. Flexibility is fun, but strength is something that you really have to work on. So for me, the arm balances are good if we build up the strength for that. Okay, any other questions, Guy? I don't think I must show you any more. We've only got 10 minutes to go, and I'm conscious of the fact that you've kind of done a lot of arm balances today. Are you happy to just go and take a break? If you've got crazy questions, you want to do another one, then I'm quite happy to stay for one or two of you if you really want to do more arm balances. But just, they are wearing when you've each tried like every single pose like 10, 15 times, so it's quite a lot. And a lot of you are doing this with your arms. Okay, so it's Clara.
Would you maybe like to demonstrate the pigeon, the flying pigeon? I don't think I'm going to try and do it because I'm tired, but maybe the demonstration would be good.
Okay, so flying pigeon is, again, flexibility requirements are quickly spotlighted. Again, you just break it like anything. Oh, I am spotlighted. Sorry, I really didn't realize I was. There we go. Okay, so the flexibility requirements of flying pigeon, cradle fall. Okay, you have to be able to get yourself into this shape and do that. Okay, so let's quickly have a look at you all doing that. So you're not using any strength. Can you lie down and squish yourself and get your shin on your upper arm? There you go. Ha, a lot of you very happy in that shape. Okay, yes, squish yourself. Okay, good. And come up. So pretty much all of you in that shape. So that's your flexibility. Okay, if you can get into that shape, that's fine. Okay, the next thing is, it is just okay. So the next thing is, the skill of it is, most of your feet are like this. We need to create a hook so that we don't slide off our arms. So if I do it from the front and I go down, so I'm going down, so you can see how I go down fairly low so that my shin and my knee are on my upper arm, right? So I go here and then I hook, here and then I hook, okay? That's the next skill, right? To be able to hook your foot. The strength requirements are simply leaning. It's what this pose is more than the other poses that we've done, is it really sort of can hurt your upper not traps, these things, triceps, okay? Because you're leaning quite hard on it. My husband's standing outside, go away, and smiling at me, right? But you are leaning on your upper arm, so it can be quite oppressive. So you can do it on blocks, that sometimes is more helpful. You, yeah, cradle four, you hook your foot, I'm spinning around to show you, hook your foot, you're on your upper arms, and then you've got to do what everybody else does in an arm balance. We can do a couple of different versions. You're going to lean forward, okay? Here's where the hook is, lean forward, and then maybe you can take your foot up, and then really it's like a complete lift up in the air. It's much stronger than the other versions, but for those who want to give it a quick go, you can do it. But the main thing is to just find the position first, okay? Create the hook, and maybe you can actually pick up your one leg and bring it into your... Okay, so Amy, your foot was not hooking. You have to put your shin across here, and it's sore. It's sore on your triceps. Okay, so Clara, you're not hooking. Yeah, okay, hook more. Okay, there we go. All right. Okay, now see if you can lean, big lean, huh? Okay. So Amy, I would say you're a bit too high with your foot up your arm. Okay, it's tricky, right? It's very difficult to teach you here as well. Belinda, come on, hook your arm. Okay, you want to have the feeling of the shin going directly across your upper arm, and it's a real pressure, and then you have to push into the thing. So it is quite tricky. Okay, come on, Matt. Bend that standing leg. Yes, there you go. Flat hands. There you go. Look forward. What is all this looking down nonsense? He's got this. Yes, he's got it. Got it. Push it. Easy. Good. Now leg up in the air. Go, go, go. Okay. So again, it is the way you would work this is by working cradle four, working the skill, and then the strength requirements are less than low lasana, or toe lasana. So those are these poses that if you want to build up the proper strength for it, and if you can do these poses, you can do flying, what is it called? Flying pigeon. Okay, so on blocks, you can literally pick yourself, I wish I had even blocks. Do it from the side. You cross your legs at the back, or you can do a cross-seated position, and you pick yourself off the ground. These are the strength poses, this pose. And if you can pick yourself up there, which is hard, so everybody give me a low lasana or a toe lasana. See if you can pick yourself up to the ground. Ah, good. Knees into chest, knees into chest. Ruan, that's good, but now compress more. Come on, Matt, I'm expecting a lot. Push. Yeah, cross your legs. Yeah. So Matt, I want your feet underneath you more, not an L sit. Yes. It's called pendant pose. Yes, Michaela. Excellent. Okay. If you can pick up like this, it's way, yes. Good, Clara. It's really hard, right? Yes, Nicole, nice. Yeah. Yes, that's it. So Ruan, because of your flexibility, try and have your feet and your bum. Yes, that's it. And now press up there. Okay. Yes, that's the pose. That's the pose that if you can hold that for 5 to 10 seconds, you can do Ekapada Galavasana, flying pigeon, right? So it's always just break those things down. And if you want to be that strong, get that strong. And if your body weighs more than the next person's, get stronger. It's as simple as that. Okay. All right, you crazy, crazy arm balance people. Annalise is waving bye. Okay.
My arms is too short.
That should be a thing. And then you
arms are too short.
Then you put your hands on blocks.
Yes.
I
mean, all my bum is too big.
No.
I can't get my ankles off the floor.
It's because you're not strong enough yet.
Oh, okay.
It's just not strong enough yet. It's as simple as that. There's this great people that I follow called the School of Calisthenics. There's 2 guys from the UK, and I love them to bits. I've gone to workshops with them, and they literally have a motto, and it says, "You're just not strong enough yet," which means you can get strong enough. Okay, you're just not strong. Matt, do you have a question?
Yeah, okay. I feel like I might be cheating a little bit because my thumb is going back. Like that sometimes when I'm pushing up.
That's
is that a problem or?
Look, I mean, it's probably not ideal because it might break, but other than that, I just think then you've got really strong grip strength. So it's, you know, I used to do it with Toilasana, the cross seat version, because my arms are actually short. So in class, I would come up I would cup my hands and pick up just to give me more height. So it's fine. And I just think do it whichever way you can. Blocks are good. You've got the strength already. You know, you can get stronger. Okay, I'm just watching Clara as she's going to headbutt into the wall. There we go. Don't flick up ever. Curl and lean more, Clara. Okay, it'll come. It will come. And one day you'll just, but you have to push. As that leg comes off, you have to lean and you have to push to counteract the thing. And you know, these arm balances don't come quickly. They're complex and they take time to do, but a lot of the time, got the flexibility, you can sort out strength. Just do pickups and some wall holds, and you'll have the strength in 4 weeks. As simple as that.
I think the hook is the more difficult thing with the foot, because I don't know, I'm not used to that. Like,
you've also sleeves, you must yoga, no sleeves. If you've got sleeves under you try to hook, you slide. Okay, your skin. This is why if you saw me live, I always make the comment. It's like you never put moisturizer on your arms, ladies. You never wear sleeves because you can't stick. You need to stick onto things, especially with arm balances. Like I would not put cream on, I just slide off. And if I have a top on, you just slide along your clothes. So you'll find that when you're on your bare skin, your foot will stick more. All right, guys, I think it's time, bang on 12:30. All right, I think Ndivu's answered and you will be on at 1:30, but I'll put it on the group now. So please go and enjoy your lunch. Well done. And I don't care whether you can do the arm balances or not. I'd like to see you all get stronger, even Matt and Ruan, both of whom are very strong. All right. But yeah, so well done. Do not beat yourself up if you haven't been able to do them. It's not a drama, but please think I can get stronger. That's all I care about at the end of the day. All right. Have a good rest of the afternoon. Enjoy your modern vinyasa flow with Bev. She's excellent. That's at 4 this afternoon. You'll have fun. She'll explain a lot of stuff and just have a lot of fun. So that'll be nice. All right. Have a good lunch. Bye, guys.
Bye.